I'm sorry, I didn't know I was watching Trigger Happy Havoc here. Very first scene we see in this episode is, I think it's the fourth or fifth class trial, and it's right after Makoto. Well, I don't think it's right after, but it is after Makoto was sent down the trash chute. Just sent down the trash chute, and after some time, Kyoko went to help him and gave him like food after she went down there herself. And then we're brought back to the tears of everyone after seeing Kyoko's dead body. And I think this scene is the scene we left off of from the last Future Arc episode, so I guess we know what's going on here. Except for something I think I didn't notice in the last episode is I think we see Mudokata's hidden action, and I think it's being pinned to the ground for a three count. I think that's it right there. I don't think it's the one that says witnessing violence by other participants. That's the first guy who died from his hidden action. I forgot his name. It's the farmer guy. Okay, I noticed this in the opening. I noticed that in the opening that at the very end, how when it tells the number of how many people are still alive on the Monokuma screen, it said 6 this time. I'm guessing that means Kyoko may be still alive? But if that's so, it says 6. If Kyoko is still alive, I'm guessing, hopefully, that will make 5 people. Well, who's number 6? Would that be Hagakure? Well, that wouldn't make any sense because he's not in the building. Well, I guess we'll eventually get to know. Makoto walked around the destroyed version of Robot Gekugahara. His legs start shaking, and I'm guessing out of fear. I mean, heck, if I was in his situation, I would be too. So, at one point we see, I'm guessing this Mudokata's flashback, and we see a bunch of, I'm guessing, dead bodies on the ground covered by some cloaks. And we see that Chisa's crying, and it made my heart break. And Mudokata's just kind of looking at her. From the scenery that I saw, though, it kind of looked like they were in Toa City. Where they are in Toa City, I think it was in that park that we see at the very beginning of Ultra Despair Girls, when Komaru got outside the helicopter. That park. Okay, so Makoto finally gets to the room where Mudokata is. The only thoughts going through my head right now is he's gonna get freaking murdered. I don't know why, but I feel though there's a good chance Makoto's gonna die here. I mean, for me, it's kind of stupid to think that, but I don't want that to happen, but I got a feeling it is. Or that, or he's gonna be really injured. Okay, so I paused it at the very moment Mudokata jumped in the air. So yeah, I think Makoto's kind of screwed. Mudokata takes out his sword and charges at Makoto and jumps at him, swinging his sword, destroying walls, and somehow Makoto's getting away. Either that's his luck kicking in, or thank God he has dodging skills. We go to Asahina, and when she crouches down to look at Kyoko's dead body, she notices the book that's under her hand. We go back to Makoto's and Mudokata's fight. Makoto tries a smart tactic and wets the floor and use some circuitry. He throws circuitry on the ground, electrify the water, but Mudokata uses his fire sword to evaporate all the water. And then Mudokata shoots one of those thingies that he stole from Tengen out of his wrist, while holding on to the ceiling. Too bad Makoto's screwed because he's leaving a blood trail to everywhere he goes because he got shot in the leg. So now he's leaving a trail and he's moving slowly. So Makoto Naegi tries to attack Mudokata after Mudokata followed the trail of blood, which was clearly there. He failed because Mudokata kicked him in the stomach knowing he was there thanks to the blood trail again. Then Makoto tries to use a fire extinguisher on Mudokata. Too bad his luck is not as good as Komeda's and it didn't do anything. I find it funny when Mudokata said that Makoto's luck ran out after he had swung his sword to deflect the fire hydrant that Makoto threw at him, but the fire hydrant was hit by his sword. So I guess it burst open from the hit from the sword, and it rocketed towards the back of Mudokata's head. So yeah, I'm guessing Makoto's luck didn't run out. Then Makoto jumped on Mudokata while all the stuff from the fire hydrant was in the air. Sadly, he failed because, well, he's not as strong as Mudokata. Mudokata takes a swing at Makoto but stops. Alright, so Mudokata's forbidden action is opening doors. Kind of predicted that some time ago. I think it was the first time he had broken glass. I think that was in one of the flashbacks. I noticed it there. Because I was kind of curious, like, why didn't he use a door? Why did he break through the glass? So yeah, his forbidden action is he can't go through closed doors, basically. And if he killed Makoto, well, he's not getting out of the room, now is he? Then Mudokata picks up Makoto from his shirt and starts throwing him around, asking him when to despair taint him. It's weird because isn't Makoto like the ultimate hope / ultimate lucky student? We go to a flashback of Tengen explaining that everyone in the future Foundation building during the killing game was someone who could have, everyone was basically killing each other. Like every time a time limit and everyone went to sleep, there was one person who started killing each other. I kind of thought that's how it was from the beginning, but then I started thinking it was just Mudokata. But I still did believe that, like one random person would get up and start killing someone. But whatever. Or maybe multiple people were up killing others. Whatever. Tengen also mentioned specifically about Chisa, how she was tainted by despair. And we see the scene, I think before Mudokata put the sword in her chest. Which is why I'm guessing he put the sword in her, because he saw that she was tainted by despair. But that made no sense because she was already dead, but whatever. Guessing that's also why he killed Sakakura, because I believe he wouldn't have done that. He didn't find out about what Tango was talking about. So I'm guessing at this point, when Mudokata's talking about Chisa and he's showing us the pictures, I'm guessing from the flashback we saw earlier with the dead bodies, I'm guessing she killed those people that's under those blankets. Huh. Would that mean that, even after Despair Arc, she was still in despair? She was just hiding it? So she was a despair in disguise as hope. And then he asks, when did she first become despair? Well, we know that from the last episode of Despair Arc. And then we had Makoto shine some little hope on Mudokata there by giving his own little thing, by saying that if Kirigiri was despair and he had to kill her, he'd at least be happy that he even met her, which triggers Mudokata into a flashback of Chisa. Had a flashback of how Chisa was glad to have met him. Mudokata screams, and I think he's good now. I think he let all his emotions out. I mean, we see that his eye's back to normal, and it doesn't look like he's some type of dark demon from hell. So yeah, I think he's cool now. And Asahina and Ryota comes into the room. Wasn't it their job to watch over Kirigiri? Asahina comes in and she pulls out Kirigiri's book, which apparently has the name of who the killer is. And of course, we're not finding that out until next episode. After the credits, we have some post-credit action. We see Jabberwock Island, and we still see all the battleships going towards it. That's not nice. From what I'm seeing, I think we see one of the battleships actually moving away from Jabberwock Island. Is that exactly what I saw there? I guess that means that we're going to see some Jabberwock Island next episode, but that's it for this episode. Boy, I guess everything's in the cool now for everyone under the building. Under the rubble of the building, should I say. I think they're all cool. They're gonna be out of the building or underwater pretty soon. Still curious why I said 6 people are still alive. But that's it for this one, and I'll see you all in the next one. See you then.